Hi everyone, I'm Eowyn Reese, and welcome to my first video of the coverage of the Lori Vallow Daybell case, the case of the missing children Tylee Ryan and Joshua J.J. Vallow. A dear friend of mine recently passed away, and she was covering this case with such depth and energy that I couldn't just let all of her work come to an end. So I'm going to pick up where she left off in her honor and continue providing coverage for the community. There will be links to her YouTube channel and videos in the description below and in the iCards that will pop up at the top of the screen. She has an extensive series on her channel about this case, the history, and all the players involved, so please check it out. The video today is sort of a recap. It's a timeline of notable events in the case so far. Links to important news events and interviews will be provided in the description below. I hope this video will serve as a well-rounded introduction to the case for anyone that wants to get caught up. From this point forward, I'll be covering any breaking news in the case as well as following all of the legal proceedings that take place. The timeline will be amended and added to as new facts come to light. So, let's dive right in. Lori's first marriage took place in 1992 to a man that we don't know. In 1995, she married William LaJoya. In 1997, they gave birth to their first son, Colby. In 2001, Lori married Joseph Ryan. And in 2002, Tylee Ryan was born to Lori and Joseph. Lori and Joseph divorced in 2004. Lori married Charles Vallow in 2006. And Joseph begins custody battle for Tylee around the same time. Alex Cox meets his friend Mary Tracy in 2006 and tells her that he has to go to Austin for family affairs in August. Alex travels to Texas and attempts to kill Joseph Ryan. Alex admits to this in court and is sentenced to 90 days in jail. Alex was ordered to pay $5,000 in restitution to Joe and sentenced to probation in 2011. J.J. Vallow was born in 2012 to Charles's great-nephew. Charles and Lori adopted J.J. in 2014. And also in 2014, Charles, Lori, and the kids all moved to Hawaii, where JJ gets a service dog, Bailey, in August. Lori and April Raymond become friends while she's living in Hawaii. But somewhere in 2016, Lori, Charles, and the kids move back to Arizona. In 2018, on April 3rd, Joseph Ryan passes away. In December, the Warrior Up podcast begins with Melanie Gibb, Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, and others. In 2019, in February, Lori contacts April in Kauai. Lori and Tylee arrive at April's house in Kauai, and she says she's leaving Charles over an affair. Lori brags to April about sabotaging Charles's business trip, and the family doesn't know where Lori and Tylee are. There's some confusion as to where they were for those couple of months. Also in February of 2019, Charles files for divorce from Lori. In June of 2019, Melanie Boudreau, who is Lori Vallow's niece, files for divorce from her husband Brandon. On July 11th, Charles Vallow was shot and killed by Alex Cox in his home. After Charles is shot, Lori throws a pool party later that afternoon. On July 12th of 2019, Lori sends texts to Charles's sons informing them of his death. Lori, her kids, Melanie, and Alex all moved to Rexburg in August of 2019. On September 8th of 2019 is the last known sighting of Tylee. On September 23rd is the last known sighting of JJ. September 24th, Lori unenrolled JJ from school. October 1st, Lori rents a storage unit. On October 2nd, Brandon Boudreau calls 911 to report an attempted shooting. On October 9th, Tammy Daybell makes a Facebook post reporting a masked paintball shooter. On October 19th, 2019, Tammy Daybell passes away in her sleep. She was buried on October 22nd in Utah. On October 25th of 2019, Tylee's friend that she got a text from Tylee, but the origin of that text is not known. On November 5th, Chad and Lori marry in Hawaii, only 2 weeks after the death of Chad's wife, Tammy Daybell. In November of 2019, Melanie Boudreau marries Ian Pawlowski, and they only dated for 2 weeks. In In November of 2019, Chad tells some people that Lori doesn't have any children. Around the same time, Lori told someone that Tylee died years ago. On November 26th, the police visit Lori's home in Rexburg, Idaho, for a wellness check based on a call received from Kay and Larry Woodcock inquiring about the safety and wellness of their grandson, JJ. The very next day, the police returned to Lori's home to execute a search warrant looking for JJ, but they found that Lori had left. On November 29th, Alex Cox marries his new wife, Zulema Pastains. On December 1st, Chad and Lori fly to Hawaii without any of the children. December 11th, the police exhume Tammy Daybell's body for further investigation into the cause of her death. On December 12th, 2019, Alex Cox dies in his home. December 20th, Rexburg Police Department puts out their first statement about the missing children. And on December 30th, Rexburg Police Department issues a second statement. On January 3rd, the police execute a search warrant at the Daybell home in Salem. This is the home that Chad and Tammy Daybell shared. 43 items were removed from the property. On January 7th, Larry and Kay do a press conference and offer a $20,000 reward for information leading to the safe recovery of JJ and Tylee. Early in 2020, Matt Daybell pleads with his brother Chad to cooperate. January 16th, a court order was drawn up to be served on Lori. And that order was served on January 25th when they found her in Kauai. On the 29th, Kay and Larry file for guardianship of JJ. And also on the 29th, the Idaho Department of Health and Wellness launched an investigation into the health and safety of JJ and Tylee. January 30th, Lori misses her court appearance in Idaho. And February 3rd, a video was released of the storage unit, released by Nate Eaton of the East Idaho News, that shows Lori and others bringing items in and out of a storage unit. On February 14th, Dateline's episode, Where Are the Children, airs. On February 20th, Lori is arrested. She's charged with 2 counts of felony abandonment, non-support of dependent children, resisting or obstructing officers, criminal conspiracy to commit a crime, and contempt of court. On February 26th, Lori had a hearing in which she waived her extradition, and she failed in her attempt to have her $5 million bond reduced. March 4th was Lori's last court appearance in Hawaii. On March 6th, Lori appeared in court in Idaho. Her bail was lowered to $1 million. On March 13th, there was a hearing in which we saw most of the defense attorneys leaving the case and a new judge appointed. On March 24th, attorney Mark Means filed for a bail reduction hearing. On April 9th, a new investigation is announced. Chad and Lori are under scrutiny for conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder regarding Tammy Daybell. On May 1st, there was a 3-hour hearing for the bail reduction. It was denied. On May 8th, Alex Cox's autopsy findings were released, citing natural causes. On May 11th, Melanie and Ian Pawlowski do a TV interview with Nate Eaton. And most currently, in 2020, the Find JJ and Tylee website was launched. You can view this website by going to www.findjjandtylee.com. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more updates and coverage of this case.